If you're someone where basically your whole personality is created on the basis of people you have been with and the type of content you consume, I think you're basically in the wrong place. And there might be a problems in your life, and you basically need to figure out a way to basically find your true self. See, friend groups and the internet quietly shapes opinion and your perspective of life as well. You might not realize it, but there might be a chance where your whole personality is built on what you have been consuming and who you have been with. The friend groups you are with right now who has been quietly shaping you and you might not realize it. You have this FOMO inside you which fears they would judge you in some form or another. So that's why you basically try to seal your own true self, and you basically fake yourself around these people. And even though you might not realize it, but slowly you're becoming somebody else rather than your true self. And also in the internet, the kind of content you basically consume, you might have your own opinion, but you consume, the content you consume on the internet might basically change your opinion on how you see things, your perspective, and you might not realize it, but most of your opinions, most of your desires are basically borrowed from other people because you think they are smarter, or like you're better at some point, and you don't want to feel like you're some sort of idiot who basically thinks he's smart. See, my friend, I understand if you're in a friend group and you're kind of trying to maintain a reputation for yourself, and you don't want to be like some idiot who is basically just himself or herself, who's like some sort of idiot. I think I wouldn't really advise that stuff as well, to basically just be an idiot, to be yourself. You also need some sort of reputation to build confidence around people, but if it is affecting you in some sort of way where you need to basically suppress your complete true self in order to be with just people, I think it's better you be alone rather than with this kind of people. I kind of like understand as human beings we need to interact with other people socially and stuff like that, and you also need some sort of reputation at whatever place you are, school, college, job, whatever it is. But at some point in life, it is also important that your true self needs to be seen by yourself, like acknowledged by yourself, and it shouldn't be suppressed just because some people will judge you or some people will think like you're an idiot. I'm not telling you to be like a complete idiot and just be yourself and just be stupid and just let your goofy side out, but at the same time it shouldn't really affect you in a way with it's basically your whole personality and built on the fear of other people judging you. And also the type of content you consume, you also need to think about what you're consuming and think about, is what I think, like the decision I make, like the way I see things, my perspective, is it really mine, or is it something that has been made because of the content I consume? Most probably I think people have some sort of fake personalities, like which is not completely themselves, and they are not like, because of this, first thing, because of their FOMO, like, and at the same time this fear of standing out. They're basically scared of standing out, they're basically scared of being different, which in some sense can be bad, but can also get necessary if you really want to find out who you are truly yourself, and what your passion is, and whatever it is. If you basically fear, you should let this fear of standing out remove from yourself. If it is like affecting you in a way, like to basically find your true self, you shouldn't really care about what other people think that much, because you should really try to be yourself rather than making your personality just because you have some sort of FOMO and just because you're feared that some bullshit people will judge you. So this fear of standing out also puts people in a place where they basically start acting like same every single where basically everyone is an NPC. So I think it's also important that you need to find your true self, what you're passionate about and stuff like that, and actually also at the same time let out your true personality at some point, because if you don't let out your true personality and just try to act out a way to just fit in with these people, at some point you will not be able to find the real people who are like you in some point of your life, which is really important. And this is where I say, if you're in a group of people who basically you're scared of them judging you, and you don't want to be judged, you don't want to like be left out at some point, and you don't want to be completely alone. I think it's okay at some point, but if it's like affecting you in a way where it's like you're not being your true self, as I said earlier, it's better to be alone at some times. So yeah, you should definitely, I'm not telling you to be lonely and depressed. Well, you should definitely hang out with people even if they are not like-minded like you, or even if they do not and even if they do not share the same personality. But the whole point of the video that I want to say is that if your friend group or the people you're hanging out with has made you in such a way you have basically suppressed your completely true personality just because you want to like hang out with them and don't want to feel like left out, and you just want to be cool, I think it's better you be alone at some point in your life, because there are some people who don't even know who they are truly themselves, or even do not even know who they are truly selves, just because they have been like forcing themselves to like just fit in these people, forcing their own personalities just to fit in with these people where they all act the same, like it's some bullshit. So yeah, I think sometimes maybe being alone help you hear your own thoughts, and it also can get really important. Whatever it is, my friend, don't be depressed even if you're alone. Life is full of ups and downs, and you'll eventually get through it, whatever you're going through. But yeah, as I said, the whole point of the video, if you're in a situation where your content you consume or the people you hang out with, the people around you basically keeps you in a state where you're not being able to be yourself, I think it's about time that you start thinking about it, take some time alone, and like hear your own thoughts of who you actually are. So my friend, if everyone around you disappeared, who would you become? I think the answer to that might help you find your true self. I hope this video is helpful to you in some way. If you have any thoughts for this video, you can definitely leave it down in the comments. Until then, stay disciplined.